Everyone, please rise, and gentlemen, remove your hats. Please face the flag. Everybody, please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. When we conclude the pledge, remain standing while Kamiakin's Scarlet and Gold Choir perform our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, take and use it, and wonderly light, what so proudly hailed, at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars fight, for the mercy words of me dreaming, and oh, take your hands, table.
Please be seated. Welcome, friends and family, to the graduation of the Kamiakin class of 2025. It is my privilege to welcome you and to introduce and thank our special guests seated on the platform today. School board members, President Mr. Gabe Galbraith, Vice President Mr. Micah Valentine, Legislative Representative Ms. Brittany Gledhill, Member Mr. Michael Connors, Member Dr. Josh Miller, Kennewick School District Superintendent Dr. Tracy Pierce, Assistant Superintendent Matt Scott, and Kamiakin High School Principal Mr. Chris Chellen. Their support of Kamiakin and the class of 2025 made this event possible. I would now like Kamiakin's Scarlet and Gold Choir to perform You Learn.
are playing about.
Be love. Let's get it straight. Love is a verb. It's not an aesthetic. It's not a greeting or a goodbye. It's an action that you choose to perform. I'm talking about embodying unconditional love for the people around you. The type of love that makes such impossibilities as the zipper parking method in Cage a reality. The type of love for people that challenges your complacency and inspires you to be better and improve yourself so that you may best serve others. We are all imperfect, and we will all have moments where we do not feel love, but whenever you can, make the choice to step outside of yourself and love in the face of everything telling you to give in to petty grievances. We know that hate is easy, separation is automatic, but I ask of you, make the effort to love so that your legacy is not marked by misstep and disconnection, but is made up of the smiles you shared, the joy that you bring to your work, and the hope that you emulate. I hope you loved that speech. Please give a loud welcome to valedictorian Lucy Seacott.
If I had a nickel for every time I've been told to be quiet, I would not have to worry about paying for college. Clearly, I don't listen to this advice very much because I'm frequently the loudest person in the room. But being loud isn't a bad thing. In a generation full of monoculturalism that spreads through the internet, It's becoming harder and harder to challenge the norm. I'm here to tell you to be loud, not necessarily in volume, but in presence. Being loud doesn't mean drowning out others, but refusing to silence yourself. It means letting your passions, your beliefs, and your unique personality shine, because your voice and your perspective matter just as they are. We don't need more copies, we need originals. I encourage you to speak your truth loudly, even if your voice wavers. Thank you for that loud applause. I would now like to introduce my good friend, valedictorian Aiden Sconewell.
I was a nervous wreck my first day at Kamiakin. I knew almost no one going in, and not being the most social person on the planet, I knew that meeting new people would be harder for me. However, I had a loving family that supported me and encouraged me to step out of my comfort zone and enter the Kamiakin community. I soon started getting involved. Cross country, math club, fellowship of Christian athletes, knowledgeable, baseball. I started to develop relationships with these people. My connections and reach continued to spread and grow throughout all of high school. There's a saying that you become who you surround yourself with. I became a combination of all the clubs and sports and communities I was involved in. My involvement with my people and my communities allowed me to be Aiden, AJ, Sconey, Big Red, Sconewall. They allowed me to be me. Find your people, find your group. They become your roots, and once those roots are established, they only grow deeper as time progresses. Once these people, these communities, are firmly established, a shift occurs. You start to have more fun, feel more relaxed. You start enjoying the little things that you didn't before. You start living in the moment because you aren't worried about what happened before or what is going to happen next. Then, once you are deeply rooted, join a network of roots. Be a system of support for others. Welcome and encourage others as a way to strengthen both their roots and yours. Be rooted. It creates a foundation for us to build upon and utilize as we all move our separate ways. Thank you. I know you are rooting for my speech. I would now like to introduce valedictorian Carter Laird.
As I'm sure is the case with all of you, I've been through some tough times in my life. I've dealt with everything from minute issues like the stress of testing season to deeply personal struggles with my mental health and family. Lest we forget the utterly confusing and world-shattering time that was the COVID era. I still shudder thinking about those Zoom meetings. But you know what? I've kept on trucking this whole time. I've never let any of that stop me from getting to where I am today. Admittedly, it hasn't been the smoothest of sailing. Sometimes things are going to happen that seem impossible to overcome. It's okay to take a step back and calm yourself down for a bit. Life isn't supposed to be all work and no play after all, but you've got to get back to it eventually. Who knows? Maybe something that seems impossible now will make way more sense after just an hour-long break or so. No matter what happens, you can't let them win. You've got to be the winner in life, and the way that happens is by getting past all of the things that try their best to hold you back. Thank you. You are showing great resilience making it through the speeches. I would now like to introduce valedictorian Savannah Memmott.
Your stomach decides to make dying whale noises during silent reading. Or it's the third time you've said what, but you still don't know what the person said. Or you wave back to someone, but really they're waving at someone else. Or you realize that everyone else is wearing clothes under their graduation gowns. Feeling awkward is an essential part of belonging because it tells us we've deviated from a social norm. In fact, awkward stems from the Middle English awk, which means turn the wrong way. When we're awkward, we stand out because we're in a different direction. But a new direction gives us a new perspective. We're no longer confined by conformity. In the allegory of Plato's cave, the prisoners in the cave only see the shadows from the outside that are projected on the walls. One day, one of the prisoners is released to see the real world. At first, the bright sun stung his eyes, but he soon came to discover the reality of the world. He came back to tell the others what he had discovered, but they laughed, thinking him a fool, and refused to leave the cave. Often, we confine ourselves to the caves we're in. I can't talk to that person, I'm shy, or I can't run cross country, I'm slow. When we let the sting of awkwardness become debilitating, we choose to be comfortable, but we sacrifice creativity and growth. So instead, give yourself permission to be awkward. Thank you. And there's no better time than the present to practice. So if you're awkward and you know it, clap your hands together for Faith McReynolds.
There is a difference between being nice and being kind. We should aim to be kind by going out of our way to care for others beyond surface level. Being kind to others fosters good relationships. Good relationships form a strong community, and a strong community provides support. Support is essential to get through hardships. It provides a place to be yourself and a place to make mistakes and learn from them. I wouldn't be here without the support of my peers, my teachers, my parents, and my friends. I wouldn't be here without the community I found in music and the kindness of people around me. Let's move toward a unified future. Don't push people away. Be kind. Thank you. I hope you'll be there for our lovely salutatorian, Kimberly Cannon.
Be there. There is power in simply showing up, even when classes seem pointless, even when practices are hard, even when traffic is bad. Grit isn't built in comfort. It's built in the quiet moments when we decide to be there, showing up when it's inconvenient, when it's uncomfortable, when it flat out sucks. That's how character is built. Knowledge isn't gained overnight, and talent isn't formed in a day. Growth is something that slowly builds over hours and weeks and years, not in grand gestures, but in the small, consistent decision to be there, no matter what. Thanks for being here. Don't be afraid of valedictorian Caitlin Gasper.
All my life, I've lived in incessant, irrational fear. It began with nonsensical things like Swiper from Dora the Explorer, but now manifests as worries of not being liked or good enough. Because of this, I can't say I was surprised when I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder in the 8th grade. In my most fearful moments, people always had the same advice. Don't be afraid. It's all in your head. You just gotta get over it. No matter how much I've tried to ignore or fight it, I'm still terrified. I could give this speech 1,000 times and still tremble at the sight of the crowd. I began to even fear people finding out I couldn't get over my fear like they can. The truth is, though, all of us have fears we can't escape. My therapist reminded me that the goal of life is not to find a cure, but to live a fulfilled life. I decided to take each step, not leaving the fear behind me, and not destroying the fear as I go, but with it alongside me. So I advise you to do the same. Be afraid and have faith that the fear will pay off. Thank you. That wasn't so scary, was it? I would now like to introduce valedictorian Lauren Lusk.
Be ambitious. Being a dreamer means a life lived colorfully by breaking boundaries and challenging expectations. However, contrary to what many believe, one is not born with ambition. It must be intentionally cultivated in order to keep our dreams alive. To begin, we must surround ourselves with unconditional supporters. For it is not foolish to have big dreams, and anyone who makes you feel that way does not deserve your time or energy. My family, my friends, and my teachers have reminded me to stay true to my dreams even in moments of self-doubt. Additionally, we must be unconditional supporters of ourselves. The words we speak to ourselves, whether they are of confidence or insecurity, wire our subconscious. Therefore, it is important that we fight against placing non-existent limits on ourselves. Ban the phrase, "I can't." For some people, being here at graduation today was once an "I can't." Yet, you have all proven ambitious despite any circumstances thrown your way the past 4 years. May you continue to cultivate this ambition as you enter your next chapter of life. And always remember, the sky is not the limit because there is no limit. Thank you. I would now like to introduce valedictorian Sharon Handeseni.
My parents always taught me to let my actions be told by my story, to stay focused, work hard, and never feel the need to boast. This lesson is most likely why a majority of you didn't know I'd be up here today. If there's anything my 4 years at Kamiakin has taught me, it's the power of humility. The most meaningful achievements aren't always the loudest. They're the ones built day by day when no one is watching. But I didn't get here on my own. None of us did. So to the teachers that challenged us, the friends that cheered us on, and the families that rallied behind us, thank you. Your support made all the difference. Whether your achievements were recognized today or still developing, trust that the work you're putting in matters. Keep showing up, keep striving, and above all, be humble. Thank you. I'm humbled by your applause. I would now like to introduce somebody devoted to their academics, Thomas Lamb.
Be devoted, not just on the days you want to be, but every day. Do the hard work, not just what is fun. Everyone wants to hit home runs, but not everyone wants to get up in the summer heat and do batting practice. Everyone wants to win, but not everyone is willing to do the work to prepare to win. Everyone wants the A, but not everyone is willing to study. Everyone wants a paycheck, but not everyone is willing to do the work. Set high goals and become so devoted to them that achieving them is not just a possibility, but an inevitability. There's going to be ups and downs, trials and triumphs, days you want it bad, and days you just want to stay in bed. But through it all, keep in mind the process and be devoted to the journey. Be devoted to excellence. It won't be easy, and it shouldn't be. It's been said that nothing worth having ever came easy. As a class, we have worked hard, but this is the first step of meeting our life goals, not the final goal. Thank you. We have a goal of getting through all of our val speeches, so I'd like to introduce valedictorian Lila Parker.
Be supportive. Whether it's a kind word, a shoulder to cry on, help on a math problem, or even a quick smile in the hallway, there's always support you can give. Acts of connection and kindness are what bind us together and help us lift each other up. For me, those acts of kindness would be spending time with and helping take care of my grandma and helping my brother with his math homework. I did it because I care about them, and so I wanted to support them. Take a moment to recognize those who have supported you out of that same care. Take a moment to recognize your teachers, parents, coaches, mentors, friends, siblings, and role models who have helped you on your journey. Because of their support, you made it here. With their help, you finished this chapter of your life. As you turn the page and start the next one, remember that you have the same power to help others. Be supportive and pay it forward. Thank you. I know these speeches haven't been perfect. I would now like to introduce valedictorian Noah Thomas.
Be imperfect. One thing that I've learned this year is to not worry about making mistakes. Without mistakes, there is no learning. Whenever we did corrections on an assignment in physics class, Mr. McLeod always told us to look for our misconceptions and not our mistakes. If we could find our misconceptions, then we could know why we were wrong and how we could avoid making those same mistakes in the future. Being imperfect also means that you don't have to be the best in every area. Sorry, Donis, but there's a solid chance I failed the AP Lit test this year. But that's okay. There's areas in all our lives where we're strong where others are weak, and others where we are weak and others are strong. Don't put undue pressure on yourself to perform to the standards of others. Instead, focus on what you love and pursue excellence while making mistakes. Thank you. I would now like to authentically introduce valedictorian Meredith Stappinger.
My high school career has taught me to be authentic. This is a lesson that I have learned from my teachers, especially Mr. Close. In an increasingly homogeneous world, staying true to yourself can be a very challenging, but also a very rewarding act. I have found that to find true happiness, you must disregard society's expectations and hold firm to your beliefs. To be authentic is to embrace yourself, your unique voice, your worth, your journey. As we step off this stage, I hope that we can walk with honesty, courage, and authenticity. The world needs more of what we truly are, not what we're tending to be. Woo, almost done. I would like to introduce our last valedictorian speaker, Catherine Moss.
Be concise. You will find my speech to be so concise that we've already reached the end. I'd now like to introduce to you Kamiakin Principal, Mr. Chellan.
Good afternoon. As we begin my portion of today's, let me start with a few thank yous. First, to the parents. Thank you for sharing your children with us for the time they're at Kamiakin. A great school is a result of great teachers, great students, and great parents. Getting a student this commencement day is a collaborative effort. This is your day too. We congratulate you, the parents, for all that you did to get your student here, for your accomplishments in their lives. Graduates, let's give a round of applause for your parents. We also want to thank the entire Kennewick community for the support of Kennewick School District. Passing bonds and levies is vital to providing a safe learning environment, athletics, extracurricular activities, classroom learning supports, music, art, drama, special education, curriculum, transportation, like riding the bus today, and all the other programs that support student success, engage students in their education, and make our schools a place of community pride. The students we are honoring today have benefited from this local funding and in many cases made it possible for them to be walking across the stage today. I also want to extend a special thank you to Kamiakin staff that have made today possible. The organization of all the details would not have been done without the outstanding support staff that we have. A special thank you goes out to the counselors who have guided this year's seniors through changing and complex graduation requirements. And finally, to the class of 25. As a class, you've exemplified Kamiakin's motto, be the best you can be in all facets of your life. As a class, you continue the traditions of excellence that have been established by those that have come before. One of the key things about high school is the relationships that you build through common experiences. We talk all the time about being part of something bigger than yourself. Now, the students before us today have been part of an extraordinary experience. They are Kamiakin Braves. You can clap, that's okay. Members of the class of 25 have had lots of experiences to build these relationships upon, and those experiences have shaped who they are and who they will become. They've competed in a wide variety of academic competitions, such as FFA, DECA, Knowledge Bowl, debate, math competition, and demonstrated their mettle. They've experienced great joy like hanging banners in athletics, such as the state championship in track last weekend. You can clap again. Special. They've been recognized for outstanding accomplishments, having their artwork recognized by the ESD and OSPI. They've entertained us with their play productions and musical abilities. They've laughed together, cheered together, and cried together. And throughout it all, they've represented Kamiakin to the best of their ability. One of the things that best describes the class of 25 is gifted. They've been blessed with many gifts: musical talents, athletic talents, artistic talents, leadership talents, academic. But what they do with that talent will be their gift back to the world. Examples of the class of 25 giving back were plentiful this year. Seniors led in a variety of service to others. They took their gifts and turned it into blessings. An example of this ranged from helping organize a water lantern festival, volunteering at fun runs, donating time at Second Harvest, collecting items for World Relief, and volunteering at My Friend's Place. Seniors helped raise money for the Tri-City Cancer Center, collected canned food for the food bank, and sewed monsters and read books to elementary students. These are all examples of how the class of 25 led Kamiakin, giving back to the greater Kennewick community. Another example of serving is a group of our seniors who've made an investment in volunteering to protect and defend our country. We are proud of them, and we'll keep them in our thoughts every time we look at the American flag. Our freedom is paid for by their service. We're going to introduce the class of 25 who signed up for the military. Will you please stand and be recognized? Joining the Marine Corps, Jose Adrian Arroyo and Roman Planik. Joining the Air Force, Chad Dean and Skylar Valdez. And joining the National Guard, Lily Hancock. We have a few students on stage that have taken their gift of academic strength and honed it to a fine edge. There are 13 valedictorians along with a salutatorian. Think about their accomplishments for a minute. 6 classes a semester, 2 semesters a year, 4 years of high school, and every grade they ever received was an A. Salutatorian literally means the student who ranks second highest. In addition, these students took a variety of academically rigorous classes, advanced placement classes, and honors classes. They're to be commended for their outstanding academic performance. Class of 2025 had 3 National Merit Commended students. This means that they finished in the top 3% of students in the entire nation on the test they took their junior year. Will the following students please stand and be recognized? Cade Mentor, Caitlin Gaspar, and Meredith Stavanger. In addition, Kamiakin had a National Merit Scholar. In order to be recognized for this, students have to take in a high level of difficulty of classes, earned high grades, contributed in leadership and school and community, and scored in the top 1% of students in the entire nation on the PSAT. Will Lila Parker please stand and be recognized? Another academic accomplishment is that Kamiakin has a group of students who have been recognized by the state as earning a seal of biliteracy. There are 53 students who have attained such a high level of proficiency in speaking, reading, and writing in 1 or more world languages in addition to English. These students are noted in the program for their academic accomplishment. Another interesting fact about the class of 25 is that 39 of them, in addition to graduating from Kamiakin, are scheduled to earn their AA degree from Columbia Basin College later this month. And a couple last announcements before we proceed. Today's graduation ceremony is live streaming at ksd.org. Will be made available on the district's YouTube channel after the ceremony. We encourage you to share this video with friends and family. At the end of today's ceremony, the graduates will recess. It'll look like recess. They'll exit out the south doors, and you can meet them in front of the convention center for pictures and socializing. And a reminder to students and parents still, that diplomas can be picked up beginning on Monday, June 23rd from the office, providing all school business has been completed. In other words, if you bring back your baseball jersey, if you pay off your parking tickets, if you turn in your Chromebook, and return the copy of Romeo and Juliet from your freshman year, we'll give you your diploma. Finally, we apologize for any program errors. We hope that there are none. All right, next we'd like to introduce our exchange students. There are students who choose to come to Kamiakin from lands far away. They shared their life with us, and we are better for getting to know them. Our foreign exchange students are up on stage to receive their certificate of attendance. As usual, the presence of foreign exchange students in our school have enhanced our world awareness, increased our cultural diversity, and created a lifetime of friendships. They've done well in their classes, have been involved in many activities. It's been good having them here as part of our school. It is with great pleasure, and on behalf of Kamiakin staff and students, that I present them with their certificates of attendance for the 24-25 school year. This year, they will introduce themselves and say, "Be the best that you can be," in their native language. Please come forward.
Hi, my name is Sasha Bordisch from Germany. Sei der Beste, der du sein kannst. Thank you, America!
I'm Amanda Rodríguez Dávila from Spain. Sé lo mejor que pueda hacer.
My name is Johann Wömpener from Germany. Sei der Beste, der du sein kannst. Thank you.
I'm Carlota Bleyo Remis from Spain. Sé lo mejor que pueda hacer.
Kamiakin High School faculty and staff are a special group of people. They're talented, knowledgeable, caring, and committed to students. They spend hours working with them, improving curriculum, setting high academic standards throughout the school year. Both formally and informally, this faculty regularly recognize students for their excellence. It is our belief that achievement needs to be recognized, celebrated, and held high to encourage the efforts of others. As a final academic tribute to this class, departments pay a special recognition to one or two senior students who are the most outstanding. I'll identify the department, announce the name of the outstanding senior award winners. As I do this, I'd like the staff representative and student to come to the base of the platform for their recognition. Our first recognition is from our agricultural department. Miss Julie Stott is recognizing senior Jack Segesser. Our art department, led by Miss Corinne Leckel and Miss Leah Kennedy, recognized two students. For two-dimensional art, Savannah Mehmet, and for three-dimensional art, Nathan Aki. Our drama department, being recognized, Ali Talmadge, would like to recognize senior Lauren Lusk. Our English department, represented by department chairs Joyce Donis and Renee Sconewell, recognized two seniors, Noah Thomas and Abigail Samples. Family and Consumer Science, led by Miss Julie Stott, would like to recognize Macy Griffiths. Jeremy Bennett from our instrumental music department would like to recognize two seniors, Caden Freeman and Chloe Wilkins. Our vocal music department, led by Mr. Scott Wagner, would like to recognize senior Jaron English. Mr. Matthew Luttrell would like to recognize the following senior for outstanding leadership, Isaac Patterson. Business and Marketing, represented by Miss Olivia Clisby, would like to recognize senior Annie Tran. Math department being represented by Ms. Katrina Kuchikow, I would like to recognize two seniors, Aiden Sconewell and Lila Parker. Our health and wellness, Ms. Cheryl Schaubel would like to recognize Meredith Stavanger and Nasiah Ragsdale. Our publications department award being given by Ms. Lori Bender would like to recognize Grace Hubert. Science department represented by Ms. Jamie Whitney would like to recognize senior Meredith Stavanger. Representing our social studies department, Ms. Amber Ferris would like to recognize two seniors, Lucy Seacott and Aiden Sconewell. Sports medicine, because CJ's out, Miss Debbie Smith will be filling in for her. We'd like to recognize senior Sonia Page Berkey. And finally, our world language department, Miss Jen Wright and Miss Sarah Robinson would like to recognize two seniors, Peyton Frenson and Austin Brost. Congratulations to all of you. Each year, the Kamiakin faculty recognizes a senior who reflect former student Ronnie Griffith's vibrant personality, love of fellow humans, unusual courage, and positive attitude about overcoming obstacles. Winners of this award are selected by the Kamiakin staff. They are to exemplify, as did Ronnie, the school motto, "Be the best that you can be." The winner receives a special trophy, and in addition will have his or her name added to the permanent Ronnie Griffith Award display in the library. Every year, staff submits nominees for this award, and their stories are always heart-touching. This year is no different. This student personifies all of the best attributes of being a brave. This young man truly embodies the definition of resiliency. Born and raised in Pichilingio, Mahican, until the age of 7, he grew up in a region plagued by violence, poverty, and limited educational opportunities. As a result, he was illiterate during his early childhood. His life took a terrifying turn when his family became direct victims of organized crime. What began as a normal existence quickly descended into fear and chaos as they were targeted in a violent incident that left deep emotional scars. This traumatic event ultimately forced his family to leave their hometown and seek a new beginning in the United States. Despite the emotional scars and overwhelming challenges starting over in a new country, he embraced the opportunity to learn, worked tirelessly to earn English, and committed himself to his education. Now thriving in the Tri-Tech law enforcement program, he discovered a passion for criminal justice and a deep desire to guide at-risk youth towards positive choices and a brighter future. His journey is a powerful testament in perseverance and his unwavering determination to succeed. He honors the sacrifices his family made to give him a chance at a better life. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Antonio Villa Vargas for being recognized for the Ronnie Griffith Award. Each year, the senior class has chosen to leave Kamiakin High School a gift, both for remembrance of their being a significant part of the school, as well as a contribution to our school community. The mural on the north wall of the gym, the logo in the Braves logo on the gym, the statue in front of the school, and the Ronnie Griffith bust in the library are visible examples of past senior gifts. This year's gift will become part of Kamiakin and leave a lasting memory of the class of 25. This year, the class of 2025 gifted new banners to go all over campus. On behalf of all the future classes that will enjoy them, We just wanted to say thank you. One of the unique things about this class is that there are several graduates who are related to Kamiakin staff. It is a tradition for us to recognize this by inviting those Kamiakin staff members to present their family members with their diplomas during roll call. You will see this happening today. Also on stage, you'll see a vase filled with flowers. The vase was made by Ivan Murillo, as well as a graduation cap that was made by Alejandro Ortega and Luis Juarez, and commemorates a member of the class of 25 who passed away. It's now my privilege to invite school board members Dr. Josh Miller and Ms. Brittany Gledhill to the podium. In accordance with the laws of the state of Washington and the policies of the Kennewick School District, I hereby certify to you that these students, the Kamiakin High School class of 2025, have met all the requirements of the state of Washington and the Kennewick School District for graduation. I present them to you with great pride on behalf of their parents, this community, the Kamiakin High School faculty and staff.
Congratulations, class of 2025. I am well aware that Dr. Miller and I are the last things standing between you and your diplomas. So we promise to not take very long, but because I am the only one of your mothers that gets to speak today, I hope that you'll indulge me as I share some of the sentiments that every single one of your mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, grandparents, and other guardians are feeling right now in this moment. We were there. We were there when you were born. And whether your entry into this world was fast at lightning speed, or whether it came after 2 long days and 2.5 hours of labor, we were there, and we were overjoyed at your arrival. We were there when you learned to crawl, and when you learned to walk at 8 months old. And we were there when you learned to speak your first word, Dada. We were there in kindergarten when you insisted that you were big enough to walk up the hill to the bus stop by yourself. We didn't tell you that we called the school later to make sure you made it. We were there in 2nd grade when your teacher called us in for a special conference because she was concerned because you were speeding through your schoolwork just so that you could be the first one done. And we were there again in 5th grade when you walked down that hill from the bus stop for the last time. We were there when you started middle school and you had to learn to navigate everything that came with that. 7-period days, lockers, and where to sit in the cafeteria when it seemed like there were so many cool kids around. We were there as you learned that lockers really aren't that scary, that middle school teachers really aren't mean, and that perhaps just one good friend is better than an entire table of cool kids. And we were there when lockers were traded for laptops, and when that greatest of friendships faded due to social distancing and homeschool. We were there as you started high school just 4 short years ago. We were there as you figured out for yourself where you belong and who you belong with. For some, it was in clubs and activities like Link Crew and DECA. And for others, it was in music and the arts, like band, orchestra, or drama. For some, it meant switching from volleyball to cross country. And for others, it was pursuing academics. But certainly for each of you, it was a curated combination of them all. We were there as you made decisions about how you want to prepare for the next step. For some, this has meant taking advantage of career and technical education. And for others, it has meant pursuing AP, honors classes, and perhaps even running START. We are here today at the culmination and in celebration of the path that you have chosen for yourself. And now it's time to embark on the next step. And just like we were there, we'll be here. But before Dr. Miller comes up to talk about all the ways that we hope to be here, I want to leave you with just one piece of motherly advice. So, listen up, young man or little lady. Don't settle. Not ever. Other people are certainly talented and capable and smart, but so are you, and their greatness does not diminish yours. Don't settle. So, congratulations, class of 2025. We love you to the moon and back, and 500 million trillion times around the sun. And that's a lot.
Ms. Gledhill reminded us of the many amazing moments that we shared with you as parents, as guardians, as people who loved and cared about you. Those moments we shared together. Now, as you graduate and move forward with your lives, I'd like to share with you some of the things that as parents and guardians and grandparents that we hope to share with you as you move forward in your future. We hope we are there to give you that last hug as you get in your car and you leave home and start your life on your own. Whether you're moving far away or just a few miles, you have amazing adventures ahead of you. And while it breaks our heart to see you go, we wouldn't want it any other way. So go. We hope we're there to hear about your adventures, both good and bad. Whether it's living in far-off lands, struggling to decide on a job or a major, or just learning how to live on your own, don't be afraid to dive in head first. Live in the moment and don't worry. You'll find life has a way of working itself out. The real adventure isn't just about where you go or where you end up. It's about how you get there and the moments you share. So live fully. We hope we're there to see you find someone you will love more deeply than anyone else in the world. Yes, that means you won't be just ours, and that means you won't be just yours. But circles of love can go bigger if you let them. You will see that life is richer, fuller, and has greater meaning when shared with someone you truly love. So love deeply. We hope to see you struggle, because we know the inner strength you possess. That strength sometimes only blooms in the face of adversity, pain, and disappointment. But as it grows and blossoms, you will find in yourself a determination and tenacity that will help you not just move forward, but thrive. And remember, in your darkest hour, you are not alone. So look up and look within. We hope to see you succeed. Real success is not measured in terms of fame, wealth, or prestige. Real success is measured in the character of the person you become. It's been said, the measure of a man is not in how tall he stands, but in how he stands for truth. So stand for truth in all that you do. We hope to see you holding in your arms a little one just like you, to see you looking at them with the hopes, dreams, and aspirations that we felt when we looked into your eyes years ago. Watching them grow will be both exciting and scary and fill you with a sense of wonder. There is no greater teacher than the circle that is life. So go find wonder. Perhaps more than any of these, though, we hope to see you find real happiness. When you've found true happiness, that simple but powerful inner peace and contentment, you will have found the real purpose of life. Real happiness isn't learned, it's developed. It is something that you find on your own, or it's something that you don't find on your own, but in opening and sharing your life with others. It's found in the smile of an impoverished child when you shared a piece of candy, in the eyes of a loner you made into a friend, or in the simple handwritten thank you you wrote to tell someone they made a difference. True happiness is found in the compassion and empathy you discover as you share your life and lose yourself in helping and lifting and easing the way of others. So go lose your life and find what you discover. Congratulations, class of 2025. We are proud of you. We are proud of who you are becoming. We are proud of who you will become. And as a father, I can say to each one of you, your parents, your grandparents, and the people who are here with you today love you more than you know. And they are so proud of who you are becoming. Congratulations. Now, on behalf of the Kennewick School District Board of Directors, and in accordance with the laws of the state of Washington, I hereby accept these graduates as having met all the graduation requirements of the state of Washington and the Kennewick School District. Congratulations to you students for all your accomplishments. Please come forward to receive your diplomas.
Kimberly Cannon.
Faith McReynolds.
Lucy Seacott.
Caitlin Gasper.
Sharon Handeseni.
Aiden Sconewell.
Savannah Mehmet.
Thomas Lamb.
Lila Parker.
Noah Thomas.
Meredith Stavanger.
Catherine Moss.
Carter Laird.
Lauren Lusk.
Lincoln Fott.
Alice O'Leary.
Xavier Jordan.
Ava Cortez.
Devin Cruz.
Ellie Heidemann.
Kellen Wright.
Aubrey Heron. Ashley Polite.
Hunter Gilmore.
Kennedy Rose. Wyatt Spangle. Addison Ford.
Alex Edwards. Danny Gavin. Aiden Atterbury.
Daniel Velez.
Jeray Long.
Antonio Villa.
Isabella Valdez.
Chad Dean.
Paige Barrett.
Marcos Hernandez.
Maximiliano Lujan.
Olivia Bucher.
Macy Griffiths.
Peyton Carter.
Tyson Grillo.
Crimson Childs.
Dennis Babcock.
Bryn Anderson.
Dylan Howard.
Haley Schroeder.
Mohammed Ahamani.
Aiden Larson. Danya Alhayawi.
Ryder Ellison.
Abigail Ibarra Diaz.
Adam Foster.
Latavius Melendez.
Ezra Teeples.
Michael Labar.
Darian Burke.
David Camilli Jr.
Gavin Gallagher.
Matthew Koch. Zach Gandy.
Jericho Chuth.
Eliza Kelly.
Jane Bailey Hill.
Kylie McRoberts.
Lyriel Schmidt.
Brittany Vickers.
Marco Arredondo.
Luisa Gledhill.
Mario Duerte.
Kathleen Gracia Vera.
Inti Mena.
Zitlalik Vasquez.
Miguel Flores.
Janet Salgado Sarabia.
Jonathan Reyes.
Zaira Trejo.
Alana Flores.
Irvin Mendoza.
Taylor Hayward.
Luis Candido.
Sawyer Donaldson.
Destiny Garcia.
Patrick Rodriguez.
Areli Ramirez Nava.
Aiden Cathy.
Landon Biglin.
Jimmy Castillo.
Hunter Woods.
Jarrett Peck.
Trent Woodhouse.
Brian Perez. Hernandez.
Kobe Bates.
Christian Mejia.
Jesus Rodriguez.
Martine Rangel.
Nasiah Ragsdale.
Skylar Valdez.
Jose Magana Magana.
Denver Bradley.
Owen Shaw.
Miguel Ramirez.
Ella Laugren.
Luke Durst.
Brooke Christian.
Camden Clark.
Avery Price.
Caden Mentor.
Caitlin Peterson.
Hunter Durst.
Eva Lily Fruing. Meddy Cooper.
Addison Braithwaite.
Abigail Samples.
Emily Wright.
Peyton Princeton. Malia Famusili.
Sonia Page Berkey.
Aaliyah Robertson.
Laurel Bacon.
Cameron Sabin.
Charlotte Hankins.
Trinity Godina. Marin Rebish. Cora Wilm.
Chloe Wilkins.
Ethan Gosh.
Aubrey Hernandez.
Lucas Labarge.
Maria Pascal.
Alexander Gillian.
Clara Demarest.
Griffin Howell.
Liliana Martinez.
Evelyn Kelly. River Robinson.
Lydia Wagner.
Gwyneth Gillespie.
Addison Rick.
Tatum Gillespie.
Avery Meyer.
Liv Whitemarsh.
Cadence Moss.
Addison Bybee.
Jaden Ball.
Reagan Leduc.
Finn Seguin.
Taylor Ewan.
Olivia Anderson.
Avery Shoemaker.
Brady Frame.
Hannah Smith.
Drew Sagasser.
Peyton Burns.
Jack Sagasser.
Natalie Lagarde.
Baker Mundy.
Riley Graham.
Blaze Billingsley.
Hayden Pine.
Zayden Keck.
Wyatt Dury.
Ari Mensinger.
Micah Bishop.
George Talley.
Tucker Jordan.
Annie Tran.
Maximus Shelostovsky.
Emily Ackerson.
Bronson Tapani.
Madeline Clark.
Jackson Hammond.
Kenzie Santos.
Urena Tarasov.
Harper Anderson.
Anna Sophia Stewart.
Riley Larson.
Bryn Castilla.
Alexa Harris.
Reagan Schwager.
Kylie Harris.
Chloe Lindsay.
Tessa Dowse Zapata.
Adeline Holcomb.
Isabella Howard.
Danica Shab.
Addison Raymond.
Kayla Knowles.
Elisa Bertram.
Alexis McCoy.
Alexandria Bourbon.
Esmeralda Penaloza.
Harley Schindehite.
Roslyn Villegas.
Dakota Blanchard.
Leslie Partita.
Abigail Noah.
Lorraine Mejia Tapia.
Zachary Risenmay.
Tai Tu Wen.
Brielle Colson.
Sean McCormick.
Mia Vertz.
Brendan Garcia.
Delaney Rogers.
Jaron English.
Landon Cameron.
Micah Monteblanco.
Riker Stromberg.
McKay Gilbert.
Doyle Miller.
Chase Kennard. Trayson Kazier.
Andrew Larson.
Cadence Iverson.
Evan Zilke.
Peyton Hillman.
Jamison Baker.
Abigail Hawes.
Ethan Kramer.
Hudson Osler.
Casey Franklin. Layla Ray Gloria Navarrete.
Cameron Fitting.
Zion Sparks.
Nathan Oki.
Kyla Mendoza.
Austin Grinnell.
Casey Lopez Garcia.
Addison Knight.
Carlos Farias Reyes.
Jeffrey Woodard. Drew Lober.
Jordan Ripplinger. Bailey Taylor.
Evan Spaeth.
Liam Jordan.
Chayoe Mulla.
Sydney Crislip.
Peter Hawes.
Aubrey Ducat.
Cash Weiser.
Devin Walton.
Zion Kano.
Jackson Russell.
Henry Robertson.
Ignacio Aguilar.
Brianna Gramos Giosa.
Abraham Garcia.
Luis Valadares.
Ivan Murillo.
Elisandra Villanueva.
Adrian Arroyo.
Ruby Avalos Pascual.
Kendra Questad.
Chloe Heiner.
Lillian Richards.
Ayana Outlaw.
Kendra Dempsey.
Gracelyn Hubbard.
Addison Pixton.
Andrea Craig.
Diego Guerra.
Roman Polanic.
Boston Mounts.
Riley Stevens.
Landon Hall.
Tanner Furness.
Lawrence Adams.
Payson Kent.
Jonah Julio.
Anaí Aguilar.
Austin Brost.
Heidi Sanchez.
Liam Cunningham.
Yenny Lopez Gomez.
Preston Hopkins.
Josiah Renteria Robles.
Callie DeStefano. Scott McLeod.
Haley Pock.
Evelyn Mendoza. Kendra Bowles.
Caitlin Chacon.
Hannah Pearson.
Ethan Haugen.
Isaac Jenny.
Andrew Johnson.
Joshua Nelson.
James Owen.
Tayton Shaw.
Easton DeCoria.
Victor Fierro.
Payson Rohr.
Lily Hancock.
Bruce Cartmel.
Ireland Pinalla.
Zachary Kendall.
Tara Hickson.
Zoe Johnson.
Erica Pinalla.
Brady Rosas.
Joshua Schubert.
Alan Salgado.
Casey Maxwell.
Julian Barnhart.
Hector Gonzalez.
Julian Delgado.
Kidron Turner.
Marvin Fuentes.
Amaya Lara.
Joel Cardenas Reyes.
Claire Holfreder.
Brian Figueroa.
Mason Yenny.
Nevea Perez.
Henry Massey.
Alyssa Rios.
Kaylee Lloyd.
Alea Cannell.
Adalia Rivera.
Liliana DeLuna.
Kaylee Garf.
Amy Ortega.
Titus Oberg.
Donovan Hammer.
Juliana Contreras.
Dominic Woolett.
Karime Delamora.
Gage Anderson.
Angelique Talavera.
Kennedy Judd.
Addison Kalunga.
Levi Green.
Alex Medrano.
Charlie Meyer.
Jaden Lara.
You're good. Horizon Montez Talley. Christian Coffey.
Alexander Mendoza. Chanel Valencia.
Corbin Smoot.
Hudson Lamberson.
David Cortez.
Colton Stanishevsky.
Emmanuel Gonzalez Morales.
Josiah Silva.
Juvenal Flores.
Jamad Skinner. Brendan Borman.
Robert Julima.
Charlize Aldrich.
David Cuckoo.
Mackenzie Morrison.
Dominic Powell.
Yunya Peng.
Helen Lopez Penaloza.
Yunjae Peng.
Camden Iniguez. Olivia Cobain.
Julia Farrell. Ayla Wallace.
Connor Roberts.
Deidre Cady.
Bianca Gil de la Madrid.
Alana Tabares.
Amriel Ortiz.
Camila Virueta.
Keely Coronado.
Ileana Ruelas.
Daphne Paredes.
Jade Mojica.
Cheyenne King.
Ethan Avalos.
Jace DePaul.
Nathan Harrison.
Azalea Najera Aguilar. Sienna Olascon.
Madrina Shigale.
Samaya Dickerson Carrera.
Matthew Page. Natalie Maya Sandoval.
Arthur Amaya IV.
Beckett Mitchell. Don't leave me hanging.
Seth Thompson.
Cassandra Rourke.
Caden Freeman.
Juliana Guzman Palominos. Joseph Iverson. Quincy Jacob.
Arian Shabazz.
Tiffany Erickson. Lance Dixon.
Isaac Patterson.
Anna Hammond.
As time goes on, we will all have different aspirations, different careers, different outcomes, and different incomes. Through it all, we must be humble, be ambitious, be persistent, be everything that my friends on stage have called you to. This can be summed up into one overarching and familiar phrase: be the best you can be. While accomplishments and kudos can feel nice, what makes the difference is the fact of knowing that you will live the rest of your life to the best of your abilities, sincerely, with thanks in your heart. All that being said, thank you to all of you for being my peers, my classmates, and my friends over these last 4 years. I am grateful for every moment. We all have our lives ahead of us to be the best we can be. And remember, once a brave, always a brave. Isaac, come join me at the podium.
I would now like to introduce the Kamiakin High School Choir, who will sing Scarlet and Gold.
My friend, I leave you. Not a smile or a tear of dawn, for looking away at the end of the day, we see those empty songs. But now we turn together. Tomorrow we'll see the light together once again before we go home. Eclipse of sunrise, the colors of scarlet and gold. Goodbye, smile, but here I go. For now I see what was given to me, the freedom to learn, to know. If we together once again before we grow old. Reflects the sunrise, the colors of scarlet and gold. Yes, reflects the sunrise, the colors of scarlet and gold.
I would like the class of 2025 to please rise. Classmates, please join me and Isaac in moving your tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Kamiakin High School class of 2025. Family and friends, students will meet you at the convention center.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test known as why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind. Hang it on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Congratulations. I thought the parents were going to hip check you to get to the kids. Yep. Yeah. They want to be off stage. The last second. Yeah. Yeah, and they come.